Whoa, I'm flying around. How you all doing? Here's the Constitution we're working on. Anton's hanging out. Ignore the fact that we're running a deficit. I did it for the workers. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Budget allocation of law enforcement? That sounds fun. I was in my office reading reports from the ministries about the current situation of the protests. My next scheduled meeting was about law enforcement and its budget with Nia and Lileas. Oh. I heard some knocks on the door. Nia entered and took a seat in front of my desk. Lileas was absent. Did you eat her? Good afternoon, Mr. President. Lileas will be late. Apparently, there was an urgent matter at the Ministry of the Interior she had to attend to. Shouldn't take long. Oh, you mean she's taking a shit? Yeah, we all been there. What's the urgent matter? She said something about supply distribution for the police forces. Nothing major. I returned to my reports, and Nia smoothed back an errant strand of her hair. There was an awkward silence. Oh, man. It's like when you're a kid, and you meet your parents' friends, and your parents leave the room, and you're like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? And they're like, how's school? I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. While we wait, why don't we have a little chat? I gotta go! Where's my dumbass secretary? Dumbass secretary, come talk with this woman. Where's Pete? I miss Pete and his annoying jokes. This might come off as a little strange, but I am proud of you. Shut up. Shut up. I'm proud of you. Shut up, I don't want to hear it. You need to learn how to take compliments and believe in yourself. I'm gonna poop myself right now. Then will I be so fancy? No, but I'll still be proud of you. Despite everything, you're actually trying to reform the country. Don't look at me. Alright, I could say flattery won't work on me, what you want, but no. I could say this is just the beginning. There's so much more to do. That's inspirational. I'm going to say, look, if you haven't figured this out at some point, I've been in some fucked up relationships. Sometimes a little emotional manipulation is a good thing. Okay, it's never a good thing. But it's sometimes effective. It's we, Nia, not me. I couldn't do any of this by myself. So no, I'm proud of you. And that way I don't have to deal with emotions. I don't have to accept your compliment. I can live in my own low self-esteem. You can't change me. And you are complex. I am the most complex. It's so simple how complex I am. Well, my, thank you. Yes. You certainly have a way with words, don't you? Oh, no. No, don't like me. No. I mean, like me, but don't like me. Like, I'm not interested in your pootie tang. Just, could you not talk and just help me get the things done I want? You heard what I just said? I really do have a way with words. You know what, though? Words are just... I could be full of myself and be like, I wouldn't be president anyway, baby. But that's horseshit. Words are just words. Actions are what's important. Anyone can have an idea. Anyone can say words. Words are worthless. Actions speak louder than words, especially if you hit someone really hard. And you seem to be doing well at both so far. Pros are canceling out the cons, for sure. She leaned forward. Ugh. How are you really holding up, Anton? Being the president, I mean. Are you talking about my pee-pee? I mean, there's good days and bad days as you get older, you know? It's not always... I mean, wait, what? It's the hardest thing, wink, wink. I don't... Why would I want to tell her? I'm not going to say it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, because if that's true, my character is pathetic. The hardest thing we should have ever done in our life is fucking our wife. This actually should be being a parent. Being a good parent's a difficult job. I'm gonna be super emo. It feels like the whole weight of the country crushes down on my balls every single day. I call it the ball flattening. Everyone wants to be president until they are one, I guess. I want to assist you and the country as best I can. And to do that, I have an idea. We need to eliminate the worst problem we have. Sierra, I agree. How do we get rid of her? Corruption. I meant corruption. And then Sierra. You know what? I'm starting to wonder if Nia didn't show up early, or she found a way to get Lileas busy. Because, you know what, the fact is Nia is right. There's been multiple times, as much as I give her so much shit, there's multiple times where she stood on the morally right side of an issue, and often we've been on that side too. But she's right. This country has had nothing but corrupt governments. And how do we do that? How do we deal with corruption? I don't have... Wait, are you going to try and get me to redirect funds? It's high time old guards and the Supreme Court stop holding the country in the palm of their hands. Wait, you're on the Supreme Court. That's why I want to form a new unit. The anti-corruption police. That's my idea. My idea. Yeah, you had the idea before. I thought we couldn't do it because of funding issues. My feet are getting hot. Do you mind if I take my socks off? I mean, that's a little weird. Oh, it's so much better. It's kind of warm in here. Wait. I could ask, what if the anti-corruption police gets corrupted? Then what? No, that sounds like an excellent idea. I mean, it is a good idea, Nia. I'll give you that. I'm so glad you agree. I'm still figuring out the details myself right now. But think about the possibilities. Also, one more thing. About Lileas. What about her? I wouldn't trust her if I were. She barely finished the sentence before we heard a knock on the door. Nia almost jumped in her chair. Lileas Graff entered the room. Alright, I'm not a big fan of Lileas. And I don't know if she's shady or if it's just she's a little too pro-Sordland at times. And by that I mean pro-old guard like Soul. But then again, Nia probably has her own motivations too. It seems very altruistic, but she is a part of the Supreme Court. Mr. President, Nia? I hope I'm not interrupting your conversation. No, not at all. We were just discussing a few things. Nia smiled at Lileas. Is this bitch shit? What's going on? I'm sorry for being late. There was an important matter at the ministry. The security forces of Bergia are arbitrarily not cooperating with my department and created some minor annoyances. See, this is a situation where I think Lileas might be good news, because the Bergian governor, he has some powers the other governors don't, and he has powers he shouldn't have. They should be probably under Lileas's power. Unfortunately, due to my limited authority in the special zone of Bergia, I cannot control their operations. Luckily, they didn't completely botch their task and actually uncovered a large network of priests that are recruiting Bergians for the Brutish Freedom Front. Good. Do your best to keep the miscommunication with the governor's forces to a minimum. We need to take the war against terror seriously. Of course! Lileas took the seat next to Nia as she continued talking. Well then, let's go straight in. We'll provide a brief update on the situation of law enforcement. Yeah, alright, go ahead. Nia? The Ministry of Justice and the Supreme Court is working in close collaboration with the Ministry of Interior to address the protests in the country. I must add that thanks to the hard work of our judiciary, the law enforcement forces assigned to my ministry are doing their jobs efficiently. Great. I would call it a success of our forces on the ground, not due to the judicial branch of our government. Lileas shot Nia a brief, withering glance. It is a catfight! Meow! As expected, the budget increase has boosted the morale of employees in the law enforcement agencies. In these dire times, my people and Nia's people are especially delighted. This came as a pleasant surprise to many in the Ministry of the Interior, since it was not even one of our campaign promises. Oh my god! And for that, all I will say is bravo! Bravo! This was an excellent decision. Thanks. Agreed. Is this meeting just to kiss my ass? Because you don't need to. Agreed. At the Ministry of Justice, we are very happy with the decision as well. The backlog of the court cases are dwindling, and we have started to fulfill the needs of the current situation. That is great. That is great. The court system's doing better. Law enforcement in general is doing better. I am glad we saved the money to boost spending on law enforcement. Certainly a step in the right direction. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad y'all approve. Meeting over? Maybe. I want to go walk with my wife. Nia nodded. Of course. But they're not nodding to me going for a walk with my wife, I bet. Well then, let's move on to what we're actually here for. Due to the budget increase, we can start doing much more as the main branch of security in Sordland. However, a decision has to be made about the budget balance between the Minister of Interior and the Minister of Justice. So I'm guessing you're the Minister of Justice, which it says right there, and then Oldie there is the Minister of the Interior. Man, I do not know why this game is lagging so much. Exactly! When deciding, you must look at the bigger picture. I believe you'll make the right choice and pick the Ministry of the Interior. Why can't I just split it down the difference? Or, you know, half and half. Yeah, what if I decide to balance the budget in between the Ministry of the Interior and the Ministry of Justice? Are you both gonna bitch because of some game bullshit? Balancing the budget won't help as much. The current situation clearly demands that a decisive choice be made to benefit the nation. I agree. We need to focus on one ministry to achieve tangible results. Of course, what would make the most sense in the current situation would be to support the much neglected Ministry of Justice, and that would improve the legal system in Sordland. Hey Nia, has anyone ever told you your voice is annoying? What? No one's ever said that before. Tell me, Nia, who brings the criminals before the justices? Let me answer. Police forces connected to the Ministry of the Interior. Why should I pick the Ministry of the Interior than Lileas? The Ministry of the Interior is a much more significant and important government agency that is in need of the funds, especially during these times when there are many protests in the country. Good luck prosecuting criminals or going through local government laws without enough judges, Lileas. Alright, why should I pick the Ministry of Justice? Each day, the stacks of legal cases are piling up for the judges. Didn't you just say that they're getting on top of it? Cases for corruption and criminals are delayed due to a lack of funds. This seems to be an organizational issue, not a funding one. The Interior needs the money for more police and local governments. Alright, I'm ready to make a decision. I thought we made a decision last time. What will it be? Lileas and Nia, lean forward. Can I slap them both in the face, Three Stooges style? I don't know what to do. Like, I thought this was decided in the last episode or 2 episodes ago. I want to do it equally. But they both say it's not going to matter if I do it that way or not be as effective. You know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. Nia's got me. With the corruption thing, I don't mean she's busted me for corruption, obviously. We know we have corruption in this nation. This nation has a massive problem with corruption. You know what? The funds will go to the Ministry of the Justice. I'm sorry, Lileas, but hopefully that'll make people happier if we have some justice in this country. One of the problems we have with the Bloods is that there has been justice denied, not even just delayed, but totally denied to them. We need to fix the judicial system. bad decision-making. The right choice. It was time that the Ministry of Justice got the funds it needs. Now, you both told me that the money you already got was making a difference, right? And I get that maybe the other thing is more important to stop the protests. It might have been a mistake, but I feel like corruption is a bigger long-term problem. Oh, I hope it was the right choice. A brief moment of deliberation passed. Lileas got up from her seat. I must return to the ministry to implement necessary changes. Very well. See you soon, Lileas. I need to have a few words with Mr. President. Lileas left the room. Here is my proposal. Corruption has always been a major issue with any government. It is the root of all evil. That's why I'm proposing the formation of the Anti-Corruption Police, a sub-branch of the Ministry of Justice. The ACP would be given full authority by the President to investigate corrupt government officials and citizens. Oh, man. Oh, man. I think that's good. I'm also a little bit worried about any kind of government bureaucracy that the court could have too much power over. But I'm listening. This would come especially in handy when dealing with corruption in higher positions. The Supreme Court and oligarchs that meddle in politics are just a few examples. Oh, okay, so actually, this is a part of the Ministry of Justice, but this is not a part of the Supreme Court, which is a different branch. Okay. If you accept, this will give our administration the ability to deal with corruption quickly and decisively. Nia, if I give you the okay on this, you better not fuck it up. Right? You better not fuck it up. There's a lot of corrupt people around here, and what I'm worried about is if we pull one of the Jenga blocks out, the whole corruption tower will crumble and take a lot of people out with it. But very well, form the anti-corruption police. We're gonna do it. Excellent, I will start the prep walk. You are making good decisions after good decisions today, Mr. President. Yeah, quit kissing my ass. I will be in touch. Nia got up and left the room. If we want change, we gotta do it, right? We gotta shut up and do it. Change don't just happen on its own. If we want to change the world, we gotta shut the fuck up, go out, and make it happen. And that's what we're trying to do here with the anti-corruption police. Oh man, a lot of dots there on the right. 3 news stories. Let's see how this plays out. Codex. What was added to the Codex? I have no idea. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's look at the overview. Law. Increased justice funding. The budget allocated to the Ministry of Justice and its essential subsidiary institutions has experienced a significant increase. This additional funding aims to strengthen the resources and capabilities of the justice system, enabling it to effectively carry out its duties and uphold the rule of law. That's a good thing. Situations. Oh man, look at that. 3 good situations from this. Anti-corruption campaign. The government has recently launched an extensive and comprehensive campaign aimed at combating the rampant corruption prevalent throughout the country. The campaign aims to bring justice to those who engage in corrupt activities, to strengthen the judicial system, and to create a culture of transparency and accountability, something this nation desperately needs. Number 2, an efficient judicial system. The latest changes and improvements to the justice system have resulted in a significant increase in judicial efficiency. The implementation of new technology and streamlined processes has reduced the court backlog and led to quicker responses by judges. This has resulted in fewer delays and a more just legal system overall. We might have negative things when we click on the order thing. Positive judicial personnel. The recent increase in justice budget has had a positive impact on the morale of judicial personnel, leading to an increase in respect for the government's efforts to improve the justice system. That is very important. Not only do we want to get rid of corruption, we want people to have a government they can believe in, a system they can believe in. There will be hopefully less protests if people see the government's actually starting to work. Anti-corruption police? Oh, this is good. The anti-corruption police, operating under the jurisdiction of the esteemed Ministry of Justice, assumes a pivotal role in combating government corruption and upholding the principles of integrity and accountability. This specialized police force is dedicated to investigating and addressing instances of corruption, Insurancing? What? Get some insurance here. Ensuring? I'm part of the literacy rate problem we have in this nation. My guy comes from a rural area. Not me, but Anton. He fucked up that, not me. What was I saying? Ensuring transparency and the rule of law within the governance framework. So those are a lot of really good things. Hell yeah. Some good shit happening. Wait, is the codex dot back? Oh, right there. Governmental anti-corruption police has been formed. Why they got a crown on there? That makes me worried. Are they going to kill kings? Don't kill me! I'm not a king, but whatever. The Anti-Corruption Police is a domestic intelligence and security service of Sordland. The organization was founded by the fourth president of Sordland, Anton Rayne, in 1954 with its headquarters in Holsord. The organization is given full authority by the presidency to investigate corrupt government officials and citizens in Sordland. The ACP functions as a sub-branch directly under the Ministry of Justice, led by Ms. Nia Lileas, while the ground operations are organized and led by the Greater Holsted Police Chief, Carl Greaser. Oh, we haven't seen Greaser in forever, man. He was there when, the dudes got shot at, what was that? The, inauguration. Oh, and what's this? Bluish Freedom Front using schools to recruit and train militants. The situation is concerning, as it involves the indoctrination and recruitment of young individuals into a violent and extremist organization. It is recommended that the government take immediate action to prevent the Bluish Freedom Front from using schools as a tool for their recruitment efforts. Well, that's a problem we're going to have to deal with maybe at some point. Wait, there's more? What's going on? Oh, wait, that's the main thing in Holster. Oh, my game's running laggy. I don't know if you guys all see it. Well, what are you doing, game? Finally, we're going to end on the news. Holster Post. Protesters target sacred symbols, sacred figures and symbols of Dastnurity, including Saint Dast himself, have become targets of vandalism as protests continue across Sordland. What initially began as a protest against the murder of Bernard Circus in January has turned into rioters forcibly tearing down monuments of former Sordish politicians, saints, and other figures. Even if rioters are successful in removing the images of Saint Dast or Tarkin Soul from parts of society, this will only serve to strengthen our faith and our political will, said Curtin Lesty, mayor of one of the worst hit cities. Man, that guy looks mopey. Recession is growing faster. What? No! That's not what the magic line says! Magic line says it's the same! Recession is growing faster. With double-digit unemployment and plunging economic output, the recession has been a reality for a long time. But if there was any remaining doubt that Sordland is in a recession, it has now been removed by an announcement from the Business Council of Sordland. We already knew we were in a recession, numbnuts. In the announcement, the council pointed to the unprecedented magnitude of the decline in employment and production, and its broad reach across the entire Sordish economy. The economy shrank by 2.4% in the last month and lost further value against the Arcasian lira. Hey man, we're working on it. Finally, the Lockhaven Times. Our good old friend, Friends Richter, have we ever even actually talked to him? Calls the president to action. Head of Sordland's main opposition party, the People's Freedom and Justice Party, the PIFJAs, Friends Richter, has said President Rayne needs to address issues like term limits and electoral threshold if Sordland's democracy, freedoms, and economy were to be developed. Dude, that's all in the new constitution. Go sign Lucian's paper saying that you want a new constitution. New constitution's got all that and more. Richter also talked about the need for educational reforms and expressed his support for the Minister of Education, Sierra Walda. Alright, friends. Richter, you have been a pain in the ass as the opposition leader for a long time, but for a long time you and I have agreed on a lot of things, and I've thought all right of you. But this is a bridge too far that you're supporting Sierra, never shut the fuck up, Walda! That doesn't make me happy. And the worst part is we haven't even got to go on a walk with our wife yet. I guess we'll have to save that for next time. That or the regional investment decision. Still cool things to look forward to. Let's hope Nia finds some corruption with her new anti-corruption unit. And that anti-corruption unit doesn't fuck us somehow. I'll see you around.